All right, here we go. We're loading into the Grand Arena. This will be a best of 7 grand finals. First place takes $2,000. Big 50% of the total $4,000 prize. And we see Thugonomics zone into the arena. We see Chun-Li zone into the arena. And I'm currently waiting for RSG to join as well to know what composition, because we still haven't seen the 4th member of the team, but I feel like we're probably not going to see them play. This Rogue Mage Paladin, it looks like we are going to have to go to a remake, so I don't need to introduce this arena so much anymore. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more information potentially, but I'm anticipating the Rogue Mage Paladin again. They were starting to have some success going on Chun-Li towards the center or the middle of the last time that these teams fought, so if they decide to go that route again after Chun-Li, perhaps they can pull off a victory, but it's going to have to be 4 wins. Grand finals, best of 7. It's a lot of stress on the line, but they just came off a pretty stressful Rogue Mage Paladin mirror and played excellently. So they're looking solid as a new team to the tournament scene.
Absolutely.
I was just going to say, before we hop into this series, I was asking Ron Paul. I mean, we haven't really heard too much of him from him. I asked if he had any words for his fans, and this is what he said. He said, "May the best team get second place." I'm not sure what that means.
Well, I think he sounds confident.
Is it because he's saying that he's going to get he's going to get second, so he's trying to make himself seem like he's the best?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you get, there's 2 ways you could think about that quote. All right, it's a very an interesting quote indeed. Either he's saying they're going to lose, but they're the best team, or he's saying that they're the best team, but he wants to win. Oh.
Wait, can you say that again?
He said, "May the best team get second place." So maybe he's saying they're the better team, but he wants them to get second place. Super T's, please.
He's trying to play the Jeopardy theme, man. To understand your question.
Sorry.
I need to use a call a friend or something.
Ron Paul clarified in the chat. He says, Gorecki is the best team in North America at the moment. Sadly, we're going to crush them. All right, so we got the clarity.
Whoa. Sadly, we're going to crush them. Okay.
All right. Okay.
That's what you like to see.
The Ron Paul, very deep individual here, playing Holy Paladin. He's got the, the quotes that make you think. They leave you thinking for a little bit. And he's got those blessed hands carrying some of those games to victory. We're in Grand Arena in game number 1 of the grand finals here between RSG and SKS. Who will take it? Can Ron Paul live up to those words? Or will, allegedly, the best team in North America, a.k.a. the boys, walk away with the victory? Find out now.
Find out on the next episode of the Method Mayhem.
But we're not finding out next time. We're finding out right here, right now. All right? This is it. It's closing out on Sunday. We promised everyone a championship Sunday, and it's starting off with an explosive start on a Gorecki kitty shot into the hammer of justice, but ultimately he will survive. But I like that they're trying to punish Gorecki a little bit more in this matchup. But when you go after Gorecki, Chun-Li and Thugonomics are going to be there to back him up every step of the way, and that's where you can see the pressure on the driftings on his arc, onto Paul, and this could easily be the what is that?
What?
How is he dead?
Thugonomics happened, man. Thugonomics happened.
I'm trying to watch the replay, man. He's just dead.
He's dead on the replay as well. What happened? Did they
He's just dead everywhere.
Thugonomics happened.
All right. All right. I guess there's more members on this team than Chun-Li.
Dude. He was 50%. And went to 0, and then cauterized proc, and then he was dead.
Yeah, 2 Chaos Bolts.
All right, game number 2. Let's go. RSG, Ron Paul, Drifting Zark. They are trying to battle it back, but the boys have literally they haven't lost? I don't think. They definitely haven't lost to Rogue Mage Paladin, have they? Oh, actually, they lost 1 game. Chun-Li died.
1 game.
So 1 game. That's it. Haven't lost the series yet. They're looking absolutely dominant.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Gladiator safeguard procs. Gorecki silenced. He can't life cocoon. They need more. They don't have more. Triple stun. Going to save Gorecki. And he escapes that pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, that was a crazy, crazy opener. They got every man for himself from Gorecki, and they still have the smoke bomb, still have the vendetta. Gorecki has the life cocoon, so he's going to need to preemptively use that before he gets stunned, and it's a hard thing to do when it's a Shadow Step kidney shot. They're just waiting for the Ron Paul's Hammer of Justice. Actually, they pull the trigger, motorcycle train comes through, and there's the Hammer of Justice from the Ron Paul, blessing of protection offensively, but no damage here. Vitality Conduit was used right before that go, and there it is, the life cocoon, and Gorecki is going to get out of there. Thugonomics launching one of those Chaos Bolts, Driftings. You better be very careful this game, bro. And you can see Chun-Li now moving forward here, looking for the next setup for his team here, Ben.
I know. It was such a funny thing that happened that last go. Gorecki got caught into a kidney shot. I swear Chun-Li sat beside him, just expel harm. Effuse. He was looking like the Mistweaver Monk there, keeping up Gorecki. And I actually know Chun-Li has been practicing Mistweaver Monk just for fun, so taking those skills that he learned in 2v2 and really putting them into a practical application here. Right now, Drifting's taking quite a bit of damage. He's got the cauterize, but this time Ron Paul says, no way, you're going to be A-okay, and drops the ultimate sacrifice to keep him alive. Kidney shot over onto Chun-Li. He's going to be using the Touch of Karma and just getting out of there, trying to avoid the damage. Blessing of Protection obviously going to be available for Ron Paul. Actually, I don't know. Do they even have a Blessing of Protection left? I think they've already burned through, and they really just didn't get too much pressure with it.
Zark stunned up. Ron Paul feared. How's Zark going to deal with the situation? He cloaks, but Chun-Li is the one killing him. He has to evasion now as well. Still very low on health. Ron Paul, Avenging Wrath, big heals incoming. Looking to stabilize the team as soon as possible, but struggling. Finally bringing them back into the match. Zark grapple weapons. Looking to find a kidney shot, I would imagine, very shortly. It looks like he wants to go on Gorecki. Gorecki pre-crackling Jade Lightning, trying to knock him away, maybe on the kidney. Another full fear on Ron Paul, and these fears are cooldown costing. Zark in trouble, barely recovering.
Zark using his trinket there on the leg sweep. Vitality Conduit comes through. Gorecki and a Hammer of Justice. They're looking to CC him. No follow-up. There's the full blinds. Chun-Li getting to safety. He has no Touch of Karma. If that rogue reaches him, he could be a dead man. There's a smoke bomb. Actually, no smoke bomb available. There is a Vendetta, and they are going to connect, but Chun-Li bought himself enough time with that Ring of Peace, and he also got into Gorecki's line of sight, so he's going to be completely fine. And now Zark caught up in the leg sweep by Gorecki. Big damage here. No Hand of Sacrifice for the Ron Paul. No Divine Favor. How is he going to keep his team alive here? The Infernos comes through. Chaos Bolt. One more Chaos Bolt onto the Ron Paul. Thugonomics looking to take the game into his own hands here. The Ron Paul super low, but Chun-Li is getting peeled up behind the pillar. Now Zark instead taking huge damage. Another Chaos Bolt could be the game, but he line of sights it, barely keeping himself alive. But Chun-Li looking to close out this game. There's the Paralyze, gets trinketed by the Ron Paul, and the whole team is trying to desperately survive, but a triple leg sweep should secure the match for the boys, and they're up 2-0, taking down the competition on Dalaran Sewers.
Wow. I mean, from what we've seen from them so far in the tournament, this is kind of how I expected the finals to go, but these games are going quick. Like, the boys look like they're just getting better and better in every single one of these series against the Rogue Mage Paladin. And, I mean, at this point, they need to bring in their second mage or something, because I'm really not sure what they can do. Can find it all in. Super T's, what do you think is going to go down in this one?
I think RSG is going to go down.
Yeah.
This is not looking good for them overall. The gates have opened. We see all the 6 players in the middle of the arena getting ready to start the fight. Who is going to be the target? Anyone really on the Rogue Mage Paladin seems they can die, whereas they seem very dead set on trying to kill Gorecki at the start. Gorecki pre-walls, he gets blinded. They're going after Thug. Chun-Li pre-walled too. He thought he was going to be the target, but ultimately it's actually Thugonomics.
Ooh, big damage here in this opener. Gorecki getting polymorphed up, triple leg sweep. Thugonomics taking a lot of damage here in that attempt, but nice Ring of Peace. Gonna break up the crowd control a little bit. Ron Paul getting stunned up right now, and Gorecki looking to maybe get a paralyze as well, and there it is. Drifting's taking a lot of damage. Full fear onto Zark. Thugonomics with that Dark Soul is just tearing this team apart here. RSG gonna have to duck for cover, but finally some pressure here. Full sheeps on Gorecki. Do they have the follow-up? follow-up. It doesn't look like it. He's going to be able to give Thug that life cocoon, and Thug is going to be able to completely stabilize. And now the RSG just have to completely duck and wait for that next stun before they can launch another attack.
Oh, Fear and Ron Paul, double Mortal Coil coming in from Thugonomics as he's looking to set up his team. Can he find any damage? Kidney Shot shuts him down with a polymorph onto Chun-Li. Hammer of Justice onto Gorecki. They need follow-up crowd control. Drifting, can he find it? He gets interrupted, looking for a Ring of Peace. Unable to find it onto Gorecki, who uses his Thunder Focus Tea and immediately tops off Thugonomics, but they're able to continue the pressure. And there it is, a polymorph onto Gorecki. Thugonomics, they could be in a little bit of trouble here, but the Touch of Death is rolling. Chun-Li going to be looking to put out massive pressure, but the Blessing of Protection shuts down that Touch of Death. Nicely done by the Ron Paul.
All right, let's see if they can keep it up here. He's in paralysis. Drifting's Greater Pyro trying to find it. Kidney Shot ending, but not able to. Drifting's bursted down. Gladiator Safeguard procs there. Temporal Shield rolling, absorbing all the hits and likely healing him back to full. Zark dispelled on the fear instantly. It's a bit of a dog pile on the tombstones here. Ron Paul looking for a Hammer of Justice, and the Rogue Mage Paladin are playing a lot more on top of the boys, but very risky to play on top of the boys when Chaos Bolts are waiting.
Yeah, big damage on the Thug in that Kidney Shot, but now it's time for Thug to counter-aggress. Double Mortal Coil comes through. He's standing in that Ring of Peace. He's going to get a Chaos Bolt off as a result of it. Connects onto Driftings. He gets kicked on the next one. Gorecki in a full blind. Drestigat Trinket comes through. Thug in a little bit of trouble. They need to shut down the follow-up here. Nice disarm onto Zark. He's going to shut down the sap. A lot of interrupts here onto Driftings. That was a close call, and Gorecki is going to be able to land that Life Cocoon and keep his Warlock alive.
Kidney Shot on Thugonomics, but like you said, the Life Cocoon going to completely shut down that attack. But look, we have Vendetta rolling up. We have Combustion rolling up. There's an opportunity here. Gorecki, Hammer of Justice. Can they find a polymorph? Unfortunately, no. Chun-Li there for the double leg sweep onto Ron Paul. Now it's Drifting. This could easily be as cauterized. It's actually the Ice Block. So big burst damage once again coming in from Thugonomics with the Dark Soul, with the Infernals. And look at this pressure. Ron Paul, he has to play catch up here. Very dangerous situation. He's playing on top of the boys, and the boys right now looking for more crowd control onto Gorecki, but once again they get shut down. Drifting's Ring of Peace, interrupt, Spear Hand Strike, blinks with the polymorph, Ring of Peace once again bounces him around. I do not envy Drifting's in this situation. Drifting's just, he's trying to go for the crowd control, but he just can't get it. And going this aggressive, he's just falling further and further behind. It's why I don't like the strategy.
I mean, they're trying to mix it up, but it's really not working. Still so much defense remains here for the boys as they look to move to match point. If they take the win here, need just one more. Pre-Vitality Conduit by Gorecki right before the crowd control. Excellently done here. Thugonomics looking more stable as a result. Now we see Drifting's interrupted on the follow-up. Gorecki likely to stabilize the team in quick succession. Cheap shot for a moment, but really not much. Triple legs sweep. Driftings with not much left. The Ron Paul trinkets to save the day. Now gets feared on his trinket. Chun gets polyed away, but now Mortal Coils are coming in clutch. One Chaos Bolt. Second one gets Blink Dragon's Breath. And Thugonomics land a second one. Ring of Frost being casted. Feared on it. Not able to secure it. Ron Paul waiting on top of Gorecki. Trying to nail these stuns on cooldown. Thugonomics stunned up as well. Looking to burst through. Try and find a kill, but the chain gets broken up. And Thugonomics should survive. Wait, blind? Perhaps not.
Oh, big sheep here onto Gorecki as well. Chun-Li has his Touch of Death active, though. He's looking to counter-aggress. Thugonomics, looking for the Chaos Bolt, gets interrupted by that Dragon's Breath, looking for the Fear. Not going to be able to find it. The Ron Paul line of sights. Full Kidney Shot onto Thugonomics. Drifting's looking for the Ring of Frost, and Chun-Li is on the back of it. Drestigat Trinket comes through. So much pressure onto Driftings, but he has Temporal Shield active. He's going to bounce back up to full HP. Combustion gets activated here as well. So a lot of damage available on both teams, but it's Chun-Li and Thug pouncing first. There's the Shadow Fury. They're looking at Zark. He has Cloak of Shadows, so he might need to use it. Thugonomics getting a stand-up in a Kidney Shot. Gorecki in a full sheep here. Do they have the follow-up? It doesn't look like it. Garou comes out. Cheap Shot comes out. Do they have another sheep potentially? Not going to be able to find it. And Thug now reversing the pressure back onto Driftings.
Ooh, Drifting's for the first time in this game is having to run away. Oh, but Ron, he's been left alone. Is it going to be Divine Shield? It is. Unfortunately, I mean, Driftings was running. He was playing safe. He was trying to hide, but Ron Paul got left behind. They found the damage, and single-handedly, Thugonomics managed to force out the Divine Shield. Now there really is no defensive cooldowns, but Gorecki caught into a Hammer of Justice. Thugonomics taking quite a bit of burst damage right now. That wasn't any offensive cooldowns whatsoever. Dragon's Breath, Drifting's looking for follow-up crowd control, but he gets denied. Looking for the Polymorph, but Gorecki, with this positioning, is just so difficult. Now looking for a Ring of Frost. Chun-Li's going to be running into that. The double crowd control secured by Drifting's nicely done, but the preemptive Life Cocoon, Gorecki was happy to eat that crowd control if he could preemptively Life Cocoon it. That's exactly what he did. Thugonomics is going to live to fight another day, and now they're looking to get aggressive.
All right, Sacrifice burnt through. Basically, no defense remains. Unending Resolve still available. They could swap to Ron Paul. They want to. He's on the run with that Freedom, but caught in Immortal Coil. Can they close the game out? Shadow Fury, fake cast by Thugonomics. Chaos Bolt, it's in the sky. Ron Paul takes it. He Vitality Conduits to try and redirect some health to himself. Clutches it out, stays alive, but now double leg sweep onto the DPS. Ron Paul has to heal both of them through this pressure. Touch of Death available for Chun at any moment. Pull the trigger on that. Gorecki blinded. Big power play here from RSG to try and put a point on the board in the grand finals. Thugonomics still stunned up. Ring of Frost secured. Thugonomics falls behind. And will he be able to survive is the question. Looks like Vitality Conduit again is going to save the day. And RSG fall further behind.
Ooh, Touch of Death active here for Chun-Li. He's looking to reverse the pressure once again. And Driftings takes a huge hit. Chaos Bolt comes through as well. He blinks it. Double leg sweep here onto the Ron Paul and Driftings. This could easily be his ice block, and he's going to use it. And Chun-Li immediately, not going to waste any time, swapping to the Ron Paul. Thug going for a Chaos Bolt, not able to find it, but he has Dark Soul available. Driftings or the Ron Paul, whoever gets Chaos Bolted the next time is going to go down here. Thugonomics getting kidney shot first, though. Full sheep onto Gorecki. He comes out. There's the Hammer of Justice. Ring of Frost gets spell locked there. Nice interrupts here from Thug. Dragon's Breath into a sheep. Gets interrupted by the Infernals. And now Thug is popping his cooldowns here. If he recovers here with that Life Cocoon, he's looking to get aggressive. And this could just be the game here, Van.
Absolutely could be. Life Cocoon saving Thugonomics. Ron Paul drifting Zark there in a lot of trouble. Gorecki running into the Ring of Frost to triple DR himself. That's going to allow him to be out of crowd control for quite some time. Ron Paul now trying to avoid the damage. He takes a huge Chaos Bolt. Thugonomics is teeing off on anyone he can. Zark, primary target. Thugonomics is getting low. Gorecki is actually struggling to keep him alive. There's been really good pressure this game from RSG. Perhaps they can do it from sheer aggression. Take down Thugonomics, but an interrupt onto Ron Paul. Drifting's cauterized. He needs just a few more seconds for that cauterize. Thugonomics is actually playing scared for the first time in the game, looking for a gateway, gets interrupted. And you can see Driftings and Zark, they're happy with this pressure right now. They want to continue that momentum onto Thugonomics. They get crowd control onto Gorecki. They might be able to actually close it down, but it's Driftings who gets interrupted. Double Shadow Fury, ultimate sacrifice, keeps him alive. But this is looking about as one-sided as you can get at this point in the game.
All right, sacrifice from Ron Paul out of the way. Zark is low. Everyone's dead. No mana is left. At this point, what do you do if you're the Ron Paul? It seems so difficult. Avenging Wrath is up at least. That will give him a new breath to try and recover, but Chaos Bolts are flying in now onto him. He's trying to line of sight. Gorecki is stunned up. Drifting's not in position to poly. Gorecki gets out of the chain. His team's looking A-OK. Touch of Death is active. Chun-Li's pushing for the kill. Who is going to go down towards the end of this match? It's looking better and better for the boys. They've got one opportunity here to take down Thugonomics. Can they pull it off? Zark gets grapple weapon. Driftings gets disrupted. Ron Paul powers through to keep them alive, but they need to keep this pressure. Vitality Conduit denying the kill, and now Ron Paul stunned up along with Driftings. They're in trouble.
Big damage here from Thug, and he's able to hold on to his unending resolve still this late into the game. 28% dampening. Thug getting counterspelled right there, and Drifting's taking so much damage here from Chun-Li. Now Chun-Li's going to go back onto Zark, and that's to enable his Warlock to keep casting. He knows if he gets to keep on casting, they're going to win the game here. Gorecki in a full sheep here out of that Hammer of Justice, and there's a tentacle spawning onto Thug. He could be in trouble. Might be the unending resolve. Smoke bomb gets dropped, and he's going to respect it and just use it this deep into dampening. They know they have the lead. Infernals comes through, and the Fist of Fury, and Zark is going to be just deleted from the map with that Infernal push there at the end as well. Clean game from the boys, and I gotta say, RSG, this was their best game so far, but I gotta agree with something Ben said during the game. They're going for crowd control, and I don't like that. I would rather just see the RM Pilot just stay back and just do kidney shots and spam instant damage. And then when they're in dampening, they're not going to be so far behind. It felt like RM Powell was just behind the whole game, like on 50% HP. Somebody, like they were never all three topped up because they were just trying to play a little bit too aggressive, I think. Longer?
Well, Sven hasn't played.
I definitely started before him, but I mean, when did I play against him in BlizzCon? I think I played against him in, I don't know. It's been a long time, man. Getting old, you know?
Yeah, but this old dog looks like he's going to be winning the first Method Mayhem 3v3 tournament if he keeps playing the way he has been. One game away here for the boys before they can call themselves the Method Mayhem champions and win the lion's share of the prize money. But right now, big opener for Gorecki, preemptive fortifying brew on the first go of the game. He's on fire here. What do you think, Van?
Definitely, but he's got a good backup right now. Thugonomics is able to help him out. Gorecki got a little bit low, but it's just so televised, and it's really difficult as well. I mean, for Driftings and Zark, it's going for an all-in on the Mistweaver Monk when you have a Destruction Warlock on top of things, drops an Infernal, you get stunned. If you trinket that, you get coiled, and it's really, really hard to actually all-in through that. You kind of have to wait for coils or have a trinket commit those offensive goes. Zark taking a huge Chaos Bolt once again, double stun coming in. Thugonomics in prime position looking for another one, and he find it. Be able to, but looks like Ron Paul with his Avenging Wrath should be able to keep him alive. But a big kidney shot onto Gorecki. They're trying to go for the all-in, the Hammer of Justice, Dragon's Breath, Garrote Silence, but the Gladiator Safeguard Hellstone is enough to keep him alive. Revival as well. Frees up Chun-Li from crowd control, keeping himself alive. Zark's in hot pursuit right now. Gorecki needs to be careful he doesn't abandon his team. They need to be able to help him. He gets caught into a kidney shot. It could be scary, but he still has that life cocoon. He held on to it, being very patient, and all it takes is that one life cocoon global in order to survive.
All right, Chun-Li, you're the target. He pre-Fort Bruise. Chun-Li pre-Karma the last time he was the target. Pre-Fort Bruise this time that he's the target. And you can tell the boys, they're done with this tournament. They just want to go through. They're predicting their opponents at every turn and decision they make. The only thing going for them right now is that the Ron Paul's mana is decent, but triple Shadow Fury, Ring of Peace, bouncing them back in line of sight for Thugonomics to have his way. Double Mortal Coil. Gorecki caught into a poly. How much pressure are they going to get with this? Chun-Li's just going to abandon the positioning where he was, so Zark can't attack him. Gorecki sits through the poly comfortably, and now RSG have to figure out what they want to do. Tovaron Arena, why did they pick this map?
Yeah, I don't know. They maybe just want to stall out the game and try to kill the Warlock in dampening, but I don't think they're going to make it to dampening with how well the boys are playing. Another Chaos Bolt about to be lobbed out. Offensive gateway by Thugonomics, and you can tell Thugonomics, this is reminding me of that Dalaran Sewer game. He just gets to do whatever he wants, spamming out fear onto Driftings, gets the spell, can fear the rogue, goes for a little Chaos Bolt. Chun-Li, though, taking a lot of damage here, gets a nice life cocoon. Drastic got trinket into the life cocoon, not gonna do anything really to that. Gorecki now in a full sheep here, but he should be fine. Chun-Li playing a little defense here, line of sighting the Fire Mage, and Thug getting 2 Chaos Bolts up, so that means they're probably going to go aggressive here. Gorecki moves in, triple leg sweep, but it was overlap with the Shadow Fury. Unfortunate error there on the part of the boys, but still, it's looking pretty good for them. Now Chun-Li in a kidney shot, blind on Gorecki, a lot of trouble, full sheep, gets casted onto Gorecki. There's the combustion. Chun-Li in big trouble. He has touch of karma if he makes it out, though. He gateways. He looks like he might be safe for now without actually even using touch of karma. But Gorecki's still in a ring of frost right there. Gets blinded, but Vitality Conduit activated right before that. And Driftings, Cauterized procs, out of nowhere, Thugonomics forces the Cauterized block by himself, and this could be the bubble as well. Super, super low here. Smoke Bomb, though, gets dropped, and Gorecki rolls in and diffuses that situation with another life cocoon.
Yeah, the greater power blast being channeled by Driftings, but Gorecki and his life cocoon are too powerful for him to really push through. Now, Dragon's Breath over on Chun-Li. He's got the touch of death rolling. Who's it on? Driftings. He's pinned against the wall. The Ring of Peace denies. A second Ring of Peace comes in. Nice synergy and coordination. What? And in the meantime, it is good night, Driftings. Thugonomics with his Chaos Bolts raining havoc. Well, I just want to see how this one played out. It was a massive Chaos Bolt. Interrupt on his Driftings. Yeah. So nice. And I mean, I was calling it out. Gorecki and Chun-Li with rings, like those Ring of Peace, not only did it block Driftings from getting to Ron Paul, but a second one didn't allow Ron Paul to reconnect to Driftings. So that communication, that coordination, I mean, the boys, they are looking like the team to beat. Absolutely insane performance for them in this match, in this series, in this tournament. You gotta love it.
They didn't lose a single series. They won all of their matches. I think they dropped maybe 1 or 2 maps in the entire tournament. So the boys definitely looking scary for next team. And this was one of the best teams last year in North America. And they've stuck together. And their compositions are looking really good. I mean, great performance overall. But also RSG, not really a team we've seen too much of in the tournament scene. And they snag a 2nd place, beating out a lot of big name teams along the way as well. They definitely had an impressive run.
I think you're pretty happy if you're both teams. Boys get their 1st place. RSG get their tournament run as a new roster. Build some confidence moving forward. They still have a couple of Method Mayhem North American tournaments to go through. And I think hopefully next time they're competing, it will be on a tournament realm. So if they have any alts or anything they want to bring out, they'll have the option to do so. That's when the changes will also be implemented, although would it have really helped them in this matchup? I feel like it would have hurt them. Chun-Li doing 5% more damage. I don't know. I feel like it probably would have hurt them overall, but potentially more changes on the horizon as well. I believe that post said that this is first of potentially more. So we'll wait and see what ends up happening. But the end of Battle for Azeroth, to see who the best team is in Battle for Azeroth, is looking like anything could be on the table with these impending changes.
Impending changes indeed. But yeah, what an incredible tournament. Super T, Zico, absolute pleasure. Before we go, though, we can take a final look at the bracket to see exactly how this entire thing played out. We can see the absolute tear that the boys went on in this tournament. Their first matchup in the tournament was against Go. 3-0'd them, then made it up against the Golden Guardians, aka the Move, knocked them to the lower bracket, then played against Sofa King, SKS, knocked them down to the lower bracket, knocked RSG to the lower bracket, and then knocked RSG out of the tournament. So playing against lots of good teams, definitely not an easy tournament. Really, really impressive performance, and you can bet all of these teams will be looking to come back in just 2 short weeks to battle it out once again. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like this tournament on the Method channel, stay tuned. Next weekend, we have another one of these tournaments, and it's going to be after a patch comes out, so there will be some changes. We might see some new compositions, some new teams rise to the top, lots of prize money available for these teams. Tournaments basically every single weekend. Next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have the European scene. Should be a lot of fun, and all those tournaments are going to eventually lead up to a big grand finale with the 2 regions and $8,000 in prize pool. So yeah, definitely lots to look forward to. I know I'm excited to watch the tournament. I won't be casting it, but I know both you lovely gentlemen are there any teams you guys are looking forward to in particular?
I think just in general, just to see how the meta shapes up, what the changes do, and what people come up with. I think just overall, I'm just excited to see everything unfold. Can Method Black fall?
Well, Method Black is they just got every comp. So if the comp that they're playing mostly right now it's not as good, they just flip to the next version of it. I mean, they're playing melee cleave. I guess we saw a little bit of spell cleave with MLD, but I don't think it's going to be a spell cleave meta. Maybe it could be without Death Knight sealing as much. I kind of feel like it's not going to be a spell cleave meta.
All right, what are you guys saying? Should we close it out with a little bit of flute? Everyone wants it.
Let CPTs play a little bit of flute. All right, play us a good one.
Give us a little something.
Play one we haven't heard before, CPTs. Something original for the finals.
What do you mean something original? What is original?
Make it count.
CPTs. Make it count. Now we're closing it out.
Method Mayhem.